live in the Boneyard, man. Very special guest. You guys are actually pretty close to South Ohio, man. Fuck, let us know who you are and tell us about the band, buddy.
Right on, man. Appreciate you having us on here. I'm Josie, and my band is Josie and the Corruption. We call ourselves the originators of outlaw punk and roll. We play a little outlaw music. We play a lot of rock and roll. We have some punk mixed in there. We got a new EP out right now. You can check it out everywhere called One.
Yeah, I seen that. I was jamming your tunes out actually here on the Boneyard. I finally figured out how to share my music to the story.
Okay.
So I pumped a few of your tunes, shared it up there in the story.
Awesome.
And,
thank you, man.
Really liking it, man.
Are you really? That's awesome. Yeah, we've got. I'm amazed at the response we got, and you know, 4 years ago when I started doing this, I was always a guitar player, never the singer. And 4 years ago, I was sick of singers, so I decided I was going to start a band where it was about me and the songs I wrote, and you know that turned into a band. But at the time, it was just me trying to get stuff I wrote for myself. And I'm not a great singer now, but I wasn't very good at to start off, man. And so to hear people tell me, man, they really like my voice or they like, you know, the songs I wrote, it means maybe more to me coming from somebody who isn't a singer, doesn't call themselves, you know, a singer. Yeah. I'm a songwriter and I can play pretty kick-ass guitar. I'm decent as a singer.
Well, that always like it's always weird when you step to that mic and you actually hear yourself for the first time and shit. Like, it really shows you, you know, you need work in that sense.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm not as good as I thought I was, right? Like I got to practice this shit, you know.
My drummer was in a different band when I started doing this, and we opened up for them, or you know, the first couple, one of the first couple shows we played, and I'm thinking, no, that went pretty good. That sounded good, and he told me later, he's like, dude, what was that? And I'm like, oh, great. He goes, you have come so far in the 4 years since you've been doing this. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I still have people like my singer from my old band. He never thought I could sing. He still doesn't like that I'm doing this. But most people are super supportive, you know, and I don't know. I'm having fun. And dude, I write good songs. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. No, I'm like I said earlier, I sent some of your stuff forward to Spell Grinders, who we just had on the show, man, and they're like right up same style, like that Molly Crew, that live grit, old punk music kind of mixed together, right? And like I said, fuck, you guys are looking at breaking out of the local scene in that sense and kind of doing a bit of a tour here soon, right? So
yeah, that's what you know, Jamie, my bass player, he's always talking about that, and Jamie seems to know everybody. I mean, he knew you. He's the one that introduced, you know, hooked me up with you and introduced me to you. He just knows people. And every time I say, you know, we should get out of town, we should do this, he goes, dude, I could book us a show in almost every state in the United States. And I'm like, well, we might need to do it. And I didn't know if the other guys would be able to or want to. And I talked to them in the last week or so, and they were both like, oh yeah, man. One guy has enough vacation, he can do whatever he wants, and the other guy has no problem quitting a job. So.
Yeah, hey, man, I hear you, right? Like, the show always goes first, you know. I'll see you guys. I get another job. I'll deliver papers, or you know, work in a grocery store.
Yeah, my girlfriend has a job. We'll be all right.
Yeah. You always gotta have that teammate with you, you know.
That's right, man. That's right. That's right. If you don't have the support, you're not going anywhere, no matter how old, young, or whatever.
Yeah.
You got to have somebody in your corner.
Yeah, true. So the first song I busted out by you guys is that fucking Sin City Outlaw. That got a huge response too for what I seen online there, man. That goes back a bit, I guess. Like, you guys aren't extremely old as a band, but you know.
Yeah. It freaks me out still to say, okay, I released an album a month and a half ago. Not me, us. Released an album a month and a half ago. And the first song I wrote for that album was Sin City Outlaw. And that song's been played 8,700 times. Just the song itself has been played 8,700 times. And I'm like, how is this happening? How, you know, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's not like a million like some people or 100,000, but I could see us, like you and I were just talking about how I want to release 4 EPs over the next year. I could
Mhm.
see at the end of that time us being in the hundreds of thousands of streams.
Yeah. No, it's definitely deserves some credit. You know what I mean? You guys, I've been writing some killer music, man. I'm loving it so far.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I
I've
love
got
that song.
a trip tomorrow I got to take, and I've been just adding to my list of music for tomorrow. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. Well, and the video for that, if you go to YouTube and you type in Corruption Nation, and your listeners, we have one of the funnest, coolest videos ever. I don't know if you remember, Guns N' Roses did a video for Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And it was like they filmed it in one take. Now, of course, they had $50,000 worth of lights, and they had some guy who was an action movie star, or producer, film it and all this kind of stuff. We put a GoPro in the basement and tried to rip it off. You know what I mean? Just, hey, let's get that vibe. We put some lights flashing on us. We didn't even turn the floor lights, like the lights we practice with, off down there. It was crazy. We just did it in one take. Like we did, I hate to say we did it in one take. We did 5 takes, and then we took the best one. But we didn't stop. We didn't mix. We didn't edit. It's the video that's on there is one take straight through. But our bass player, or our guitar player, came with the coolest idea. He filmed it, or he took the song and made a 10-minute version of it, super slow, music wise. And then we played at half speed.
Oh, wow.
And then he sped the video up to match the song, and that's why it's like all over the place and real fast, and it's crazy. If you haven't watched it, you got to go check it out. It's super cool.
I'll be checking it out tonight, man, and then I'll make sure cool. After the show I get the YouTube link for sure up in the fucking. Definitely your Spotify link will go in the title, right?
Yep. I'll give you all that stuff when we're done. Yep.
Yeah, perfect, man. Yeah, send her over so I can just copy and paste it right away.
Yeah, I'll send when we're done. I'll send you an email with everything you can do.
Awesome. Yep. So with being some EPs and stuff, do you guys have merch yet? Do you guys have t-shirts?
Yeah, we do have merch, and we're working on our website. We've got t-shirts, and we've got hoodies, we got CDs, we got stickers. I got personalized guitar picks that we do some stuff with. And believe it or not, one of the big things we get is we do 8x10s of the band. We got some really good pictures, and we sold probably 10, 15 of those at our last show.
You know what? You don't see much, man, anymore.
No, you do not.
Sticker. It's never, like you just said, man, a little fucking 8x10 fucking signed $12, baby.
Yeah, that was my girl's idea, and we signed them before the show, you know, and then we put them out there. We don't charge like $30 or anything like that. It's like $10, but people love them, man.
No, that's sick. Like, look, the picture, I would buy that right away. That would be what catches my eye. You don't see it very often. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a really good photographer too, and he did the photos for our photo shoot for the album, man. And I wanted to capture that gritty gray Akron rubber bowl kind of feel, the rubber city and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we went down by the old blimp hangar, which is not far from where I live, and took some photos down there with this monster blimp hangar behind us and everything, man. It just screams that we're from Akron, Ohio, and you're not. So it's pretty cool.
That's very cool. You're literally like, I could drive to you in a couple hours. You know?
Yeah. Well, we need to do that, man. We need to get you down here for a show. And Jamie told me you put on some good shows up there, right?
Yeah. We've got 2 that are going on in Ontario now, and then I think we've secured our show in Maine every year for October for the big Halloween festival down there too, right? So we're building our stages up. I'm hopefully gonna get everything to fucking be like, so it could be a tour for the whole band. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that'd be awesome,
right? But
yeah,
it takes time. Obviously, we all know about it.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh yeah, man, cooking and dinner together, brother. Fuck, I can't wait. I do a cooking show too, right? Food is
That's
a big
right.
thing for me, man. So like,
Yeah, we'll make cocoane for breakfast. That'll be our meal.
that dog, brother. That's another one I shared up too, man. Said it to my
Oh
friend.
man.
I was like, man, I got these guys on the show tonight. You'll never guess, you know.
Oh man.
Let's
One of
dive
the
into that dog, because that's what made me think about Spell Grinder, because they have that feel, that dirty Vegas fucking,
yeah.
not sleazy, but like
Yep.
sleazy fucking feel to it, man. Like,
Well, yeah,
where did
man.
that song come from? Other than cocaine and breakfast, right?
so I had that title in my head for some reason for a while, man. That'll happen to me a lot. I'll have a title and it'll germinate and it'll knock around in here for months, and I'll sing different versions of it. And then one day, man, I was driving home from Columbus and I was listening to Buck Cherry, and I got out of the car and I walked in the house and I grabbed my acoustic, and the whole thing came out in like 5 minutes. And we practiced it that night. I took it down to the guys and I said to my drummer, Joe, give me this drum beat. Just like, I don't know how to talk drums. I'm like, just do this on the snare, man. And we started doing it. And in an hour, we had the whole song down. And the song's just about a dude who he wakes up one day and his old lady left him, and she took his dog and she ran away with his best friend. I mean, typical country song. That's where the outlaw kind of comes in, you know, country song about a guy who's just, you know, and he's like, damn, there's not even any food here. So he's like, I guess it's cocaine for breakfast and drinking all day, man.
That's so true.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it happens, fun. We all end up somewhere. You know.
That's right.
So with the artwork and stuff, man, do you guys do that yourself, or is that a collaboration with another artist? Or
no, I did the album work for it. You know, the photos were taken by our friend Josh. But I did the artwork on it. I didn't create the Ace of Spades that's on there. I actually got that on that website Canva.
Oh yeah.
They had a really cool like couple layouts, and I'm like, well, that Ace is perfect for the album one. And so I took it and then I took it into my computer, and then I changed it all, you know, changed the whole thing around and stuff. But yeah, I did all the layout and everything. All my bands, I was in LA Nights. We put out a couple albums. I was in a band called Mob Scene back in the 90s. We put out an album. I did most of the artwork on all that stuff, all the layouts and everything. I can use a computer good. Yeah.
No, I find the artwork also sucks you in, especially if you have a vinyl or even a CD. If you pull out that book, you roll out the artwork with the lyrics, like you said, photos of the band.
Yeah.
Always makes it a little more personal to know where that comes from. And
there's nothing like opening a vinyl album for the first time, man, and reading the liner notes. You know, I mean, it used to be so important what was inside the liner. That's how you really learned about the band, because they didn't have, you know, all the websites and all the channels and all that kind of stuff. You heard it on a radio, or your friend told you about it, and you got it. You open this liner up and you're like, man, Led Zeppelin, they look like gods. You know what I mean? And
yeah, the tight pants and the long hair.
Yeah.
Open button shirt, man. Fucking.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So every time I do an album, I still think like that, man. Our whole goal with these 4 EPs is, when that's done, we're going to do one vinyl that it'll either be a double vinyl album with all the songs on it, or it'll be just like a greatest hits and have 10 of the songs, and it'll have, if you can see this, that's our logo. And in my mind, it's the greatest rock and roll logo around today, man. It's badass.
It's right up there, brother.
And,
definitely right up.
And next year when we do vinyl, that's what the album cover will be. And I want to do like raised. You know how I used to do like raised, the album cover would be raised up just a little bit, embossed. I want to do that, and it'll be called In Rock We Trust. We're saving that for the vinyl.
I could do this. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, she loves to sit That's the one I sent her over there. That's my friend Jen from BC. I was telling you about. Sent her over.
Thank you very much, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Keep listening.
So for your tours, like when it does eventually, everything gets released, the album comes out. Are you guys looking at a North American or just kind of staying within the States, doing California,
you know
up
what? I think
the coast?
it all depends on how.
Right?
Yeah, it all depends on how stuff goes with the next couple EPs. I think when the next EP comes out, we're gonna do a 10-day kind of thing and get out and see what's happening wherever we can get, and then we'll do that again maybe when the third one and the fourth one comes out, and then by the time the vinyl's out, we should be ready to go. And
right on.
We'll have enough people.
Right now, the stages I have, I think Halloween's still open, and I think the one in August is still open. July is booked. We have all the bands as far as I know. So we'll see where we're at. Hollywood and I have got to sit down when she gets home tonight. Brother Andrew Joseph is actually opening for Dex here in London, Ontario, man.
Sweet.
And we're working out our schedule of the band lineup for the next 2 shows as well. So we'll be fucking about that as well. Like my goal is, like, I know we were talking a little backstage about our goals and shit. Mine's to have like a 3-4 day festival, so I can have all the bands.
Just man.
Everybody come, man. Here, play on the stage right now.
Couple stages, man. That's awesome.
That's the dream, As someone like, I know I'll never be huge with the band because my skills as guitar and music are subpar to everybody, like you guys, Spellgrinder, Dead Man's Prophecy. I've got Thy Enemy shirt underneath the Fortunate Loser sweater, right? But then I could do, like, because with the album I'm coming out with, I'm actually in the studio next week.
Okay.
Next weekend, and I'm gonna collab with some of the bands, not all the bands, that'd be crazy, but some of the bands that I've grown to love and stuff over through the show. I'm gonna collaborate on one album, and then when they're all on my stage, I can come out for the encore song with every band and play that song.
Dude, that's a great idea, man. That's a great idea. By the end of the night, you'll be the biggest celebrity there.
It'll be crazy, man.
Yeah.
I just want to be to everybody,
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So, what are like the dreams with the band? Like, do you want to do it? Do you do it full time? Do you got to work the 9 to 5?
Oh yeah, no, we all have full-time jobs. Yeah, we all got to work. We're we're a little bit older guys, and we can't. We got houses and we got kids and that kind of stuff. But we all are in a position where if something was to take off, we could all go do something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I love that. I'm in the same boat. Like I work more than 9 to 5, but and this is my passion. So that job pays for this here, whether it's paying for the restream or paying the bands just to play on my stage, and then normally it's free to show up, so it's all out of the pocket here. That's why I go to work.
Right? Do you get pretty good crowds?
Yeah, for the most part, we've attracted like the most, probably 150 we've had at one show there, but it's all private invite and stuff too. Like, so we haven't opened it to the public per se. Even the one in Maine, it's kind of a private invite. That's about 60, 70. We can host 100 though in the show. So next year we'll probably advertise a little more, have some more tickets available for peeps, right? And fucking eventually we'll bust it out and be big, baby steps,
Yeah, man. No, that's what you got to do it. That's one of the reasons I want to do the EPs. You start off with what you can, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. And
exactly, right. And you guys have a plan. Independent.
Yeah. Detained Records is my label, and it's just it's me, and I put out most of all the bands I've been in. I put out Detained Records. We're actually going to start a Detained website, and I'm going to put because I've done 6 albums through Detained, so we're going to put them all up there so that people can check them out. And then I think I'm learning so much about how to release an album in the modern day now. You know what I mean? I took a Spotify masterclass at lunchtime today, just learning how to do things better. And by the time these 4 albums are done, we're gonna kick the label off like for real. I think I'll be able to help other bands, and not to get money or to get rich, but to help other bands put their stuff out. And instead of having to pay people to help them, I'll help them.
Definitely keep us posted here, because I really focus on the independent bands, the guys that do the work themselves. You know, that I don't know, record labels, I don't know, the radio play, like, it doesn't happen for us, man.
No.
Or even music I love, or bands like yourself, and then people like myself trying to do it.
Yep.
But our community is so strong. Like, I was just thinking about this earlier before we come live. Like, even though in Ireland it's only this little bit, you know, Germany, you have this little pocket, but that pocket. But when you all unite, it's fucking 1 million plus, 2 million people. It could be 5 million. It could be 1 billion. You know,
absolutely. And you know what we should do?
You know,
is you should start a group on Facebook and put all the bands you like in there. And we could all go in and share stuff with each other. And, you know, hey, we'll like your stuff. You like ours. We'll get our fans to check you out. You get your fans to check us out. And then the next thing you know, that's how scenes kind of can really grow from that kind of stuff.
Open. I should break it down to bands that go with other bands like you guys and Spellgrinder, and then Dead Man Prophecy with Die Enemy, so it doesn't get all just every 2 minutes. You know, you have 500 bands posting shit. You know what I mean? It almost gets chaotic sometimes. The white noise to bust through that, you know. But like you said, though, to learn how to do it in the new age, like back in the day, you'd be in a parking lot handing out tapes. That's how you got noticed and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
going to every show in town. That's the one thing people don't do anymore, is they don't go see other bands like they used to. And you know, there's some guys here in town that they go see all the bands, they buy all the CDs, they promote, or they don't promote, they support. Like I feel it used to be that way, you know, back in the day. Even 20 years ago, it was still support. Now it's just, hey, check us out on Spotify.
You know, but yet we're playing live. You can come see us live, you know what I mean? It's $5 sometimes, depending on where you're playing. Sometimes 25, depending, right? But like, no, I hear you, man. It's a whole new age. Like you said, you can't just dump a whole album out and then, as you said, it disappears. Now what do you do? But doing the EP this month, 3 months later, another EP. Keep yourself relevant, keep yourself going until the shows start to roll out, right?
I'll tell you what, the biggest thing I learned is, it used to be you'd release an album and a single on the same day, you know, and then you would release another one of those songs as a single a couple weeks later. Well, now you can't do that and make it work for you. Like, I released No One and the album One on the same day.
I've seen that.
But then when I went to release Sin City as the second, you couldn't pitch it to anybody because it was already released. It wasn't considered a new song. So next time we're going to flip that script, and we're going to have all this album done, and we're going to release the first song and let it go 3 or 4 weeks, then release the second song, and do that all the way up to where the album's done. But then we're not going to release that last song until the album comes out. And that way, each one, I can pitch each one to Spotify to try and get more plays and more promotions and stuff like that.
That algorithm you got to get into now. Like, we're just now with the fans, you know, and the people that interact. We're breaking through that second doorway of fucking algorithm, and now we're being broadcast to a few more, and then those people will lead to more and more, right?
Absolutely right. Like, we have a video coming out next week for Cocaine for Breakfast, and I had thought that I'd be able to release it as a single and do all this stuff, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's coming out as a single, but it doesn't count as a single because it's already out there according to them. And
fuck them. Who are they anyways? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's why we still do the videos and stuff. But next time I'm going to flip it around, and then from here on out, we're just going to, like, we're going to release this song this month, and next month we're going to release the song Trash as a single or video. And then the month after that, we got a video for Kicking Down the Doors. And by then, the next album which will be called Being Number Two Sucks, is I'll have those done and we'll start releasing them every month. And then when that's done, we'll have the third one, which is going to be 3 chords in a cloud of rust, because we're in the Rust Belt over here. And then, and then the fourth album is going to be called Led Zeppelin 4.
Oh, wow. That's awesome, man. Got the whole plan ready to go, baby. I love it, though, man.
Right.
Motivation and dedication to that. Like, it's a passion, you know. You can't not do it, right? Like,
that's right. That's right. And, you know, we're doing it smart because we have a bunch of songs written. I mean, most of the next 2 albums are pretty much written or in the process of being written.
Yeah.
We've got, I think right now I have I think 8 or 9 that are ready to go, that we're practicing every week and stuff like that. And then I've got a book with another 12 lyrics and stuff written for another, you know, the rest of the album. So it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, that's sick, man. I love your, like, I'm the same. I've got probably 2 full albums ready to go when I hit the studio here, but I'm collaborating with Andrew, Joseph, and Nick Nombre, so they're going to take my shit and remix it. And then but for some of it, no, it's got to be played my way. It's got to be like this, but
yeah,
I'm going to give them kind of control over some of it, and fucking then that's going to go out to the other band, depending on the style and how we do it, right?
Right.
I'm excited, man.
That's cool.
I have one single which is ready to come out. I just haven't released it yet, because I'm waiting to have other ones ready to release too. So that way I have this one. These ones are ready, so I can already work on these ones. Like you said, be 5 steps ahead and be ready to go. You know.
Yep. The next album is like all songs we've been playing live or playing down in practice good. And now as we're doing those, and those are getting ready to where we're ready to go record those, and we've got 4 more that we're working on, that by the time we go and record that, they'll be ready to go for the next album. And just, like you said, keep the cycle going.
Yeah. You're always a step ahead in that sense. You know?
Yep. And we're lucky we got an awesome engineer producer that we work with, Curran Murphy. And I don't know if you know, he was in Annihilator, and he was in Nevermore. He was a guitar player for them. And he plays in a band called Shatter Messiah. Also, that's his band. And he's one of the great, honestly, one of the best guitar players I've ever seen. And him and I are, you know, we're like this. And he likes working with us because we're one of the only real rock bands he has. Everybody else is metal. You know, it's all metal all the time. And he says, I love that stuff. I live for metal, but every now and then it's nice to have a song that sounds kind of like the Rolling Stones or sounds like Kiss or something like that. Yeah.
Like that too. Most of the time it's metal, like most of the bands. A lot of metal on this show, or death metal, or synthetic. But every now and again, man, like we even have a K-pop band kind of coming on here on the weekend, man.
Yeah, man.
It caught my ear. I was like, oh shit, I reached out and bam. But like you said, sometimes I do. I want to hear that Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, Rolling Stones kind of. Even Sean James, I resort to him a lot. You know.
You know what? A good song knows no genres. A good song is a good song. It doesn't matter if you're listening to death metal. There's going to be a good song. You're going to hear it. You're going to know that's a good song. If you're listening to K-pop, like you just said, you're going to hear, man, those guys can write a good song. That's a hook. That's a, you know, it doesn't matter what you're writing. A good song is a good song.
No, everyone hears music differently. So there's no way you can say it's terrible because someone else who likes it in that sense. Like it's all how you perceive it and feel it, you know.
Curran has 2 bands that you're probably going to end up wanting to have on there at some point. One is called Dead Earth, and they are kind of like I refer to them. I don't know all the genres breakdowns for metal. I like metal, but I don't know. But they're like Hatebreed. They're kind of like in that. You know, that hardcore, you know, anger-filled band, and then. He has a full-on death metal project that to me is just it's probably the best death metal band I've ever listened to. That wasn't like huge, you know what I mean? It didn't have a million albums out or something. They're called 72 Legions, And
Yeah.
my son, my 19-year-old son, is the drummer in both bands, and people are just blown away by, he's been playing drums since he was 3, but he's never been in a
Yeah.
band until he played with these 2 bands. And I got him the audition with Curran just so that he would experience it, because he wants to be a musician. He's going to school for performance and production at Kent State, and I got him the audition with Curran just because I wanted him to experience what an audition was like and go through that. And
that pressure per se, or that, that energy you get from it, that nervousness, but yet.
Yeah, I just figured he's not going to get it, but he's good enough that I knew that he was good enough.
Yeah.
And he went in and just, pounded it out. And he's the only guy, Curran said, he's the only one that showed up and knew the songs. He said other guys, he said there were guys that were as good as him that showed up but didn't know how to play anything. And he said Colton showed up and played 5 songs.
Yeah, and, knew our songs, everything like that. That's amazing, brother. Oh, send them our way, bro, man. Like
I will. Well, they got so you know who Roy Z is, right? He's a producer that did like Rob Halford, and he produced, he mixed and mastered 3 of their songs for their the demo they're shopping around for Dead Earth. Yeah, not the death metal band, the
Dead Earth though, eh?
Yeah, Dead Earth. He produced that, and I mean they're awesome. I've seen almost every show either one of the bands has done. I'm their biggest supporter because my boy's in the band. But
yeah, of course,
it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing where he came from and where he is already after 7 months of playing with these guys, because they're all pros. They, like Curran toured the world with Annihilator and Nevermore. He played in Europe. He played in Brazil. He played everywhere. And so he's teaching my son how to do it the right way, and how to be prepared, and how to write a song. And it's
amazing. You get so many kids. They're like, I know it all, but I watched every YouTube video. But like, sometimes you got to sit back and listen to the old guy, and he'll fucking show you shit that no one else knows. You know what I mean? That sets you apart from the rest, like you said. And then
that's right. 10 years is my prediction every time I talk about him. 10 years, he'll be the best heavy metal drummer in America, if not the world. He's that good. He's learning from the right guys, and that's the whole thing.
Now, before he gets too big and has no time.
Well, we talk all the time about have an ego, but don't have too big of an ego. Be confident. You know how it is. You're a musician. You're an artist. You want to be cocky, but you don't want to be too cocky, and you want to be.
No, that fine line you've got to learn to walk.
Yeah.
You walk into the room, you're good, but you're never. There's always someone else over there that's probably better than you. So
walk on the stage with the attitude of I'm the best motherfucker in this on this stage in this bar tonight. Then walk off the stage with, hey, thank you guys for coming to see us tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sell your T-shirts, be right there, sell them, sign them, just people buy shit, right?
Take pictures with the people, and I always ask what their name is. If they come to me, it doesn't matter. If that person comes up to me and says they like my music, I know that I'm not a rock star, I'm not famous or anything like that. It means so much to me when somebody comes up and says, hey, Josie, I really like that song Cocaine for Breakfast, or Trash is so fun, blah, blah, blah. You guys put on a great show. It means so much. It means more to me than I think I could ever express to people. It's a cool thing,
hear that. It's a humbling. It almost brings you back in that sense, Yep. You really get you take a step back and you're like, wow, that's did something for this person, or help them through that, or right? Like
that's right. Yeah, you walk on stage like Jimmy Page, but when you come out there, you got to be humble, and you gotta thank them. And I like to look at them when they come up and say something to me. I look at them and I'm sincere, and I say, hey, what's your name? I know I'm not going to remember it necessarily because I'm terrible with names, but I want to, for that 30 seconds, they're going to feel like I really care. I mean, I do care, but like they're going to know that I'm really, that
you're there.
It means a lot.
Right in there. You know what I mean?
30 seconds, it's me and them talking, and that's it. Yeah.
That's what as a fan, that's what I appreciate. You know what I mean? Even if it's a handshake, hey, you know, great set, oh, thanks, man. You know, bought your shirt, love it. Quick selfie. Always ask for the picture first. You know.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, and you'd be surprised, even being a little band in a little town playing little shows. I sign an autograph almost every time I play. Somebody wants it hit somebody. It struck somebody enough that they came up and said, "Hey, I want your autograph because you know you're awesome." And
I'm all about. I love coming up and fucking being like, "Hey, give me your set list when it's done." Right?
yeah. And I
You know?
always tell the guys when you're done, keep your set list with you when you walk out there. And if there's people there, somebody comes up and says, "Hey, you guys were great," hand them one of the set lists, man. Sign it and give it to them. It'll mean something to that person.
Right?
Yeah.
My friend Helena, all the way from Venezuela. Big shout out to her. We'll see you in March. Flying down there. Throughout. Friends from BC. We're small group, but we're international, buddy. So
hey, yeah, man. You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed. We are huge in Belgium.
That is awesome. I love hearing that.
We've got like 400. I mean, not huge, but we got 400 streams in Belgium.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I know. I love when every month it gives me a little thing that says, "Oh, people watched you in New Mexico," and then people were watching in Mexico itself, in Venezuela, Brazil. I was like, "No way, people watching Argentina."
I think I counted the other day. We were in the 30s or 40s of how many different countries had listened to Josie and the Corruption.
It's awesome, man.
Month. Yeah,
so good to hear you. Like, you guys deserve it, man. You guys have definitely put person. You live the dream, you know.
Yep. My boys worked hard too. I put them through the ringer for this. You know, most local bands aren't going to do 5 videos and aren't going to do the photo shoots that we did, and you know all the work that I made them put in or asked them to put in, because you never know, man. I mean, like you and I talked. Somebody may hear Cocaine for Breakfast and say, "Man, that's what happened to me."
Yeah.
You know, I'm the guy that my girl left me and took my fucking car, and you know I didn't have anything, and man, I'm mad at her. You know, or the song "Trash" is about just a girl you meet in the bar, and you know she's the only one there, so you hang out with her. You know, and guys are going to be like that, or girls are going to be like that. Well, yeah, I remember a guy. You know, that kind of stuff. You never know what can happen. So push it, and you know that's what I always say to any band: push it. Do more than what you think you should be doing, because you never know what it's going to do.
No, right? Yes, we'll see you in March.
That's right.
Right. You got to travel the world, though. Have you done much traveling in your life, man? Or?
Traveling, I was in the Marine Corps, so I did a bunch back in when I was in the Marines.
Well, thanks for your service, man. I come from the military family and stuff, right? So
yeah, me too. My uncle retired from the Air Force and from the Army. I don't know how he did it, but he retired from both of them.
Right.
Yeah, and my dad was in the Army. My grandfather and most of my family was in the military.
Papa was Navy. My father and my uncle was Marine, or my dad was Marine Corps. My uncle was Army, and then now my niece is the Air Force. My cousin slash brother, he's basically my brother though. Yeah, he was military as well, right? U.S. Marine Corps.
Yeah,
the whole family full. I was never allowed to join. Papa and my uncle, they'd always point, no, you know.
Yeah, your family sacrificed plenty, man. That's awesome.
True.
Yeah.
With you guys as well, and especially yourself, you know, it's not easy to do that shit, to volunteer, you know.
Yeah. Yep. That was a long time ago, but it was it's something I'm still proud of, and I think my son's more proud of the fact that I did it than anybody. He talks about it all the time. Yeah, he loves the fact that I did that.
I know my old man might not understand or know, but yeah, man, I have the utmost respect because he did that. My buddy Rusty, old fella, one of the only people allowed at his house because he's so old school, military grade. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like, the people to listen to their stories, though, you know. Yeah. When they finally open up and tell you shit, wow, man, I can't believe that, right?
So I got to travel a lot during that. I was in North and South Carolina.
Nice.
I went to California 3 times and stayed out there for a while. I was in Panama. I went to Norway and Europe. We were in Europe for operation. We like a training operation. So we were over there. We got to travel around a little bit. So a few places, but nothing crazy.
Cousin's boy, he's U.S. Marine Corps now too. He's in Japan right now. Been there for 2 years. I think he's got 4 years over there. He signed up for.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where they send him anyway, right?
Some Marines go to Japan and they don't ever want to come home, man. They just love it over there.
What he's saying, I hear from him every once in a while. I'll touch base with him, see how he's doing, right? And yeah, he's probably not coming home if he's not already.
You live like a king over there, man. They love American military, man. And
even the music, like to send your music to Japan, when they find something, man, they latch onto that shit.
Yeah, we've been hoping. Our drummer's sister lives in Japan, and she's been sharing our music, and we notice in the Spotify stuff that every couple days there's somebody new in Japan listening to it and stuff. So we're hoping it's her sharing the wealth, you know.
Starts with 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, you know, then 16, 32, you know, 64. It goes on and on, right?
The big thing, and I was telling my girlfriend this earlier, the big thing that gets me about what's happening with us is we're getting a lot of streams. Now, I did some promotions to get that. I ran some ads, and I've done a lot of stuff, and I'll do more of that next week when Cocaine comes out and stuff. But what I'm loving is we're getting. It's one of the key things on Spotify I'm finding out is how many listens you have compared to how many saves you have. So people listen and they save it, and we're at a 3-to-1. So for every 3 listeners, 1 of them saves it.
Save puts on the like list. It tells you that. Eh?
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then
you get
and then we have we have 3,700. I don't know what the number is right now. 3,700 different listeners or listeners since it started playing, and 850 of them followed us. So now every time in the future, anytime a new album comes out or a new song comes out, it goes automatically into their radar release for the week.
Oh, that's perfect. I just started following you today when I had your shit on. I was like, yeah.
so then every time it comes out, that's, you know, if we can get to say 1,500 people before the next album, when that album's coming out, those 1,500 people are going to get through Spotify. Spotify does it for you
right away.
They're going to let you know, hey, not only will you know the day it comes out, but we're going to let you know 3 weeks ahead of time if you want to pre-save this. Because
that is what I do like about Spotify. The free range on music I get to choose from, and they're pretty good at like, oh, here's a playlist for you. Check this out. Like
exactly.
They just gave me my yearly review, and I had 722 new bands I discovered last year through Spotify.
That's awesome, man. See, I love that. Now the thing there's a couple things I have to learn. I can't choose who they're suggesting as similar artists to ours yet, because we haven't been added to enough playlists. So that's something I'm working on, is getting us added to playlists with bands like us.
Well, we have a Boneyard playlist, which is a lot of the bands that have been on the show. So we share your tunes on there, and today I did a bunch of updating. I threw a bunch of yours already on there.
Cool. Well, hey, I'll look for that too, because I can add that to my to our playlist. You can put curated playlist that you create. I can put that over onto mine, and then that'll help.
Yeah, we'll talk behind the scenes and figure that out and get that going too, man. That'd be sick.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, anytime, brother. Like love your music. I can't wait to hear the new stuff that's coming out too, man. The new videos. Oh, brother. Can't wait.
Oh, this next video is super cool. Cocaine for Breakfast. It's live at one of our favorite venues. It's where we did the CD release party. it's not live. We filmed it at the venue. They let us go in and use the stage and film the whole thing. And we had 4 cameras, and we did a really, really cool job. And it came out super cool. A little more professional than the Sin City, even though I love the Sin City video. Is so cool, man. But the next one for Cocaine for Breakfast is good. And then the one I've been planning for 3 years since I wrote the song is Trash, and that'll be the one that comes out New Year's Eve. That video is going to come out New Year's Eve. And we filmed that in this cool little bar that we hang out at, and we all wore red and black, and we got like this rockabilly feel to us. And it's a cool video, man.
We were having a little private party here for New Year's, man. So if your video is released, we'll make sure it's part of the party playlist, and we'll
That's
all
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we're doing a party here too.
And have your video in the background playing over.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. We're doing a every year at my house. I have a huge basement, where all the bands practice and stuff. And we do a New Year's party, and I set up all the gear and all the lights for the stage, and we have the bands play down the basement, and we invite 30 people over, whatever. And we're doing that this year. We're going to have Josie and the Corruption, and then my cover band is called Less Than Zero. We play all 80s stuff. And then we're going to have, I think, 2 other bands are going to be represented at least, even if they don't have everybody here. Yeah. And we'll jam for a little bit. I'm hoping to set the video to come out at 11 in the evening so we can jam until 10:45 and then come upstairs and watch the debut of the video.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Man.
Yeah, man.
Well, maybe next year, man, count the Boneyard in. Maybe next year we'll come down. I know this year.
You should. That'd be awesome, man. I know Jamie would love it.
Yeah, brother. That'd be sick. Yeah, man. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Jamie's a huge fan of yours, man. He's been talking to me about you for since I met him. Yeah.
Thanks, brother. I love it. Thanks. I actually got recognized in Thunder Bay fucking at the weed shop. They were like, "You're from the BoneYard." It's like, yeah, that's me, man. I was a year after the fact. So when I went into the weed store, I was looking for weed sponsors, right? Like, here's the BoneYard. Maybe you guys want to sponsor us and give us deals and whatever, right? And a year later, walked in. They knew who I was. They've been watching the show for a year now. They let us broadcast right out of the store. Gave us a little goodie bag, man. Huge shout out to G Corp up there, man.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that is awesome. What we ought to do is we ought to have you come down when we're going to release the second or third album.
Oh, that'd be cool, man. Do a live release party.
Do a live release party from wherever we're playing and have you do that. That would be fun, man. Yeah, we could put you up. You can stay down here a couple days and we'll hang out and do a release party with that. That would be cool because now that we're getting fans around the world, we might get people tuned in for something like that.
Yeah. Well, I like to say cross-pollinate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, we'll bring that band from Vegas in and they can play the show with us.
Yeah, man. Spellgrinder there with my good buddy of mine. That guy's awesome shit, man. Him and his wife and the band, they're all independent. They do everything themselves too, right? So
yeah, I'm gonna check them out. I want you to hook me up with them, man. I want to get to know those guys. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I'll set up a group chat this weekend with you, me, and Spooky.
That'd be cool, dude.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
His name's Spooky, you said?
Yeah, he goes by Spooky on stage.
That's awesome, man.
Discussion backstage, we were like, okay, I'm Bones, you're Spooky, you know?
Yeah.
Each other real names, you know?
I don't think you ever have anybody with normal names on your show. Josie's not exactly the most common name in the world either.
No, I was wondering when I seen it, I was like, that's a weird name. But then when I played the music, the name almost doesn't go with the music in the sense.
So growing up,
like hair band. And then you guys come out with this fucking like real rock and roll. You know what I mean?
So, growing up, there was 3 of us that were named Joe, and my last name begins with a Z, so I was always Joe Z. And then as we got older, I started a band with a buddy of mine who always called me that, and he became from Joe Z to Josie. And now my daughter doesn't even know what my real name is. she asked me last night, Daddy, how do you spell your name? Joz? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. That's so awesome, man. I got buddies I've known for 10, 15, 20 years, and I just learning their real names. So we always love the nicknames, you know? My one buddy, my mom would get mad. We had 3 or 4 different names for him, and she never put it all together that it was the same dude until later in life, right? She was like,
awesome.
It all depends on the story.
Every time I get a new job, I'm like, okay, I'm not telling them my name's Josie. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna be Joe at work. That way, I'm Joe at work, and then and this last job, I'm like, this is perfect. I'll be Joe, and I get there, and there's another Joe that works there. And they go, well, we'll just call you Josie. And I'm like, well, everybody calls me Josie, so now that's what nobody even calls me. Yeah. If I hear Joe, I know it's not for me, it's for Josie. So
yeah. Like at work I use my real name, Thomas James, for all the professional calls, talking to clients or whoever. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm Joe on the phone, but everybody else calls me Josie.
Hey, Bones. Some people call me Dead Man now and again, right? Dead Man's Bones.
How'd you get the nickname?
It goes back from when I had my cancer and stuff. So,
okay.
My doctor used to joke. Him and I had a really good sense of humor together, right? Pretty dark sense of humor, but he called me Dead Man Walking. So Dead Man. And then I was in real good shape, man. I was at 196, 197, trying to push 205 midweight fighter at the time, right? And I went down to like skin and bones. So when I was in the hospital after my surgery, the nurses, all college interns and university interns, they called me Bones. Oh, you're so skinny, you're Bones. So Dead Man's Bones eventually rose out of the action, you know what I mean? And here we are today.
How long ago did you kick it?
Oh, that would have been about 20 years now. I've been clean.
Good for you, bud.
Yeah. So remission, awesome. I guess, for 20 years. So I've been very fortunate, very lucky, right, for what I had, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it was music that got me through, bro. Music was the key. So
when I was 33, I had open heart surgery. I was born with a bad valve, and my buddy started calling me in the band. The first band I was in, Six Gun Prophets was the band. He started calling me Josie Christ because he said I rose from the dead.
That's awesome, man.
So for like 3 years, everybody was like, Josie Christ, come here.
Yeah. Maybe one of your album covers could be you up on the cross and shit.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right. A little peg.
It was cool,
yeah. It's amazing how many people you meet that have had, like, I never talk about it much, or when someone brings something up, I don't throw that at, oh, well, I had this or that. But
right.
It always comes up in conversation on how many people have had close calls with their life, you know what I mean? It's never just you in that sense. There's always other people out there that you can reach out to and talk to about it.
Absolutely. And you don't know who it could be. It could be anybody.
No, 100%.
It could be somebody that's totally not like you, the exact opposite, but then you bond over something like that. And there could be somebody that just changes your life because of it. Yeah.
And I find music is another big thing. Food, music, and life in general, you know what I mean?
Man.
Like, that's where it's at. Like, originally when I started the show, I really, like, when I started doing bands, like, it morphed from drinking beers and making bullets back home in Georgia, shooting guns, hunting and stuff, to gaming for a bit, got into gaming, and then a friend of mine, fucking huge shout out to Tammy, she said, why don't you interview bands? Then you get to go backstage and hang out and go to concerts and shit. I was like, right?
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool, man.
You got it
going, man. You got it going on.
Yeah, it was. I drove all the way to Tucson, Arizona for my first interview from Ontario, brother.
Really? Who'd you interview?
Yeah, did it in person. That's how I wanted to do it. Like, normally I'd come to your house, cook dinner, we'd have dinner and a conversation about music and the band and all that. Like, but
what was the band that you interviewed? Your first one?
My first one, No Paradise. They're no longer a band. They've kind of moved on, but they were a fantastic band at the time, man. The bass player and I, fuck, we could have talked for hours, just having beer, shooting the shit, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, I guess Empire D'Amour and Your Last Wish were some of my next guests on the show. Your Last Wish out of Montreal, I think, and In Vale out of Toronto. Another one, we went, her and I celebrated our birthdays kind of together. So we went over, we had wine. It was funny, that first time I had them on the show, I got there, we ate dinner, we're on the porch smoking cigars, drinking wine. Totally forgot to do the interview, man. So, come time to do the interview, we only did like 20 minutes because we already shot the shit for like 2 hours on the balcony.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had them back on. We had a great conversation second time around. I actually had a real interview, but
hell yeah, man, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be in touch. Maybe we'll definitely come on down. We're not far, brother. So
no, let's talk about that for one of the album releases, one of the next two, and let's make that happen.
Yeah, definitely. You got our email. You got Hollywood's email too. She's another huge part of the show. Big shout out to her. She does a lot of our scheduling. Now she does what the emails for me. Now she does research, the finances. Like, basically just show up to the show now. I don't do nothing.
That's cool.
But I built the name. I used to do it all myself. The 1 year we did 86 bands in 3 months. Scheduled, did all the organizing, everything, man. And that's when I burnt out, shut it down for a couple of months. I was like, oh, man. And then when Hollywood and I teamed up, it's been stress-free, really. Like, between the both of us working together, it's been great, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome.
But like you said, you gotta have that team behind you, man. And you can't really do it alone, even being an independent band. You still need to know these people or have that.
You can't.
This or can do that, right?
Yeah, you can't. I can't say enough for some of the people that help us, and for all of our 3 of us are in serious relationships or married, and the spouses are just huge because just if all they do is let us get together and not give us a hard time, about it. My girl does so many things for us as far as helping me promote, do flyers, she does all the merch. She got all the merch together for the CD. I made her insane, I think, the week before the CD came out because things were falling apart. Our merch wasn't ready. The CDs weren't going to be here in time. It was a mess, man. But everything pulled together. We had CDs, we had merch, we had a bunch of people show up. We sold a bunch of merch. We had a good time. Oh,
that's great though that it worked. It's so nice, and what a relief too when it actually pulls through at the end, and then you just like the end of the night, you're like, yeah, baby.
At the end of the night, I had a bucket. The guys didn't know I did it, but I had a bucket of a champagne bucket in the back for everybody. We came back and we all drank a couple glasses of champagne before we went out to talk to everybody. Got the wives and the girlfriends and my son and them all back there and just kind of thanked everybody for what they did and said a nice little toast. And then we went out and hung out with everybody after the show for another hour. So it was cool, man. And I'll tell you what, we had 2 bands that played with us that night. And if we could, I would take those 2 bands and go out on the road for a while because they are rock and roll, what rock and roll should be right now in America. I mean, Bessemer Saints and the Velvomatics. Our good friend Johnny Vincenzo sings in that band, and he sang on our album. He sang backups on everything. And wow, they just put on. It was a real rock and roll night. It was rock and roll from the first band till we were done, and everybody dug it. They didn't know
Rolling Stones, AC/DC, and then the Who, was cool. All back to back, right? Like,
yeah, exactly, man. It was awesome. Yeah, Bessemer Saints are kind of like a southern rock
Yeah.
heavy feel. Man, they're so good. And we were talking. That's who we would like to maybe the three of them, if we or the two of them, if we could get out all three bands and go see what's going on, man. Oh, you know what? I'm just now seeing this chat over here.
Oh yeah.
I had a pop up over there before, so I couldn't even see it. I just got rid of it. Now I see all these people talking, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm on my phone. I'm on the road again. My whole life is on the road. So I'm broadcasting off my phone. Here we go. I can pull that one up.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. So I'm sorry, everybody that's talking to us over there. And
no, I love it. Like, so many people interact too when we're live. I love it. And then once I'm at home not home, when I'm at my studio, I have the computer. So like I can have three screens at once. I can pull everyone's comments up and stuff, right? Here I'm on my phone. Like, we back in the dust here. It's like, oh, you know.
My bandmates are in there. Two of my bandmates are in there. So and then
they can join tonight. We can have up to 10 guests at one time.
No, I don't want them talking. It's okay.
I agree.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, next time you're on, man. You guys are always.
Next time we'll do it. Yeah, we can do that next time for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And have everybody on.
And then hi, Amy and Kim White. I see you guys there. Those are two of our better fans. They come to see us all the time and always supportive. Both of them are really supportive of the bands. So
Amy Hunter's huge supporter of the show. I seen she said hello. Big old heart from her.
Yep. That's
and
awesome.
Our new friend, my good friend Elena, all the way from Venezuela. We'll be heading down there in March. I can't wait. That's one of our trips. So
okay, nice.
We were talking about celebrating, champagne with the people that have helped you out and stuff. So
hell yeah.
This year after Christmas and shit, I'm taking the couple of the people that have helped big time behind the stages. They're helping pay for it, obviously, but we're taking off to Mexico as a boneyard fucking end of the year. We did it. You know what I mean? We made it through the year. We had a great season. And
that's
then,
fantastic.
Yeah, weekend there. And then I'm taking off to Venezuela. And then I'm heading to BC. And then
you go everywhere, dude. I'm jealous.
Well, I work a lot during the season because I'm a roofer.
Okay.
So I'll, work 250 straight days. And then a few months off. I'm taking semi-retirement, I'm calling it. So that's when I'll focus a lot on the show and my traveling, coming to see you. Even though you're close, I could come see you on the weekend.
Well, we're gonna do something. We're gonna get you down here. I want to do that CD release thing with you. That'd be awesome, man. You can MC the whole thing. You can MC the whole thing. We'll make it a big deal, man.
That'll be awesome. Yeah. We'll definitely talk about doing that for sure, 100%.
Okay,
man.
right on, TJ. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, local bands that you go and see when you're not on stage. Who else should we be checking out?
So I've named 4 of them. Definitely my son's bands, Dead Earth and 72 Legions. I like the 2 bands that played with us, the Velvomatics and Bessemer Saints. Those are 2 really solid, badass rock and roll bands. I like them. Jamie is in the room. He'll tell me, what was the name of that punk band that we played with, Jamie, up at I don't even remember where it was. It was Johnny's first show, but we played with this really cool punk band. What were they called? Yeah, it was at the Maple Grove. I can't remember the name of the band, but they were a bunch of kids. When I say kids, 21-year-olds probably.
Yeah, I hear you. We're about the same age, so it's always.
They were really good. I'll think of them later, but they were superstars. There's a band here around here that people are paying attention to also, and I've seen them a few times. They're called Walking in Circles, and they're like a southern rock band. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
There's some. There's some. What do you call? Oh yeah, the Vermins. That's it.
The Vermins.
Yeah, they were.
I was just looking at it too. I'm like,
Yeah. No, I like those guys. I want to do some more stuff where we bring them to play with us because They were punk, but they had, like I told you before, man, good song knows no genre. They wrote a couple really good songs. Yeah, they were
It's
good.
so. I should send you over a local band out of Peterborough here, Cross Dogs. They're like a punk, heavy rock punk. I think you
The
guys
Cross
would like
Dogs.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
very fantastic. Had them on the show once. I got to see them live a couple of times. Some of my best photography at a concert are of that band too, man.
That's
So,
cool, man. That's
yeah,
cool.
huge shout out to them.
But so many bands forget how to put on a show. So many bands
yeah,
go up there and do the Nirvana thing or the whatever, not even necessarily Nirvana. They put on a little bit of show at least, but those bands that stand there and look at their shoes and play the show the whole time doing that.
Like, no offense, Fortunate Losers. They have like they draw a little circle on the stage and then they stay in their circle. It's like, no, man, you gotta get out in the crowd, go over here.
Yeah, you gotta move, man. Ask Jamie. We ride Jamie, man. We ride Jamie. Move, Jamie. Move, Jamie. Now you watch Jamie and he's moving all over his side of the stage finally, and it just makes it so much more exciting for the fans that are there. If you're into your music, they're gonna get into your music.
Yeah, you gotta have that famous move, a kick, or fucking way you thrash your head, or your guitar goes in the air. Me, I lead like right down, like bend over 45 degrees, fucking, you know.
I might not be able to do all that stuff anymore, but I definitely move around a lot.
Right.
I tried. Joe and I joke with each other, my drummer, all the time. I try and do the Eddie Van Halen jump once a show. Yeah, and I'll look at him right before I'm going to do it, see if he's watching me do it or not, or else I feel like I'm wasting it.
Make sure you watch this,
I just
man.
do it for him, man. If he misses it, then nobody's watching. Then
you gotta love it, though, man.
Yep.
Fantastic show, man. I get to talk another hour, but I've still got to pack. I'm hopping a train tomorrow. We flip the coin.
Sure.
I gotta go. My mental state. I need to get out and just.
That's good, bro.
Working way too much, man. I'm like, I don't know, 4 months in a row now. You know, it's time to actually go and do something. You know. So.
Yep. Well, I appreciate having me on, man. It's cool.
Oh, anytime, man. And we'll definitely talk about coming down, covering the release party of the 1 or 2 of the albums here that are coming out, if not all of them. We'll see what we can do. Right?
That'd be cool, man. Heck yeah. Maybe we'll release one of them up there in Ontario with you.
Oh, yeah, man. We'll definitely be talking about that. Hollywood and I, when she gets home here tonight, we'll definitely be on the schedule and sitting down and doing what we do behind the scenes, you know. So
right on, man. I'll get you the you know what? I'll just send you my my link tree, and my link or our link tree has everything, all the connections to wherever you got to go.
Well, after the interview, very shortly after, the link tree will be in the title. Click it and go, baby. Support these guys. They're not local Ontario, but you guys are a local band. You know what I mean? You're no matter where you are in the world, being a small independent band, you're a local band. You know, support these guys.
That's right, man.
Music, Spotify. Where else can we find you? You guys are on YouTube, Spotify.
We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. I'm really trying to get Instagram followers too now. So if you're not following us on Instagram, it's at Josie and the Corruption on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You know, and we're on every platform. We released our music through TuneCore, so we're on all the platforms. Any platform you're listening to, we should be on there. I just got notification 2 days ago that we're on Pandora now.
Oh, excellent, man.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that because of Pandora, we might get on Touch Tunes. That was my whole goal, was to be able to be on the jukebox. So, or not one. That's one of my goals, was to get on the jukebox. So I'm hoping that maybe now that we're on Pandora, we'll get on some of the, because Pandora and Touch Tunes work together. So hopefully we can get that going. But yeah, we're on all the stuff. I'm still working on SoundCloud and Bandcamp, figuring all that out. You can find a couple of our songs on Reverb Nation too, but that's all on our link tree. I'll have all the links are on there.
I know here in Canada, Bandcamp is a huge thing. Most of the bands here out of Ontario, especially, or across Canada, just in general, they love Bandcamp. It
Okay.
seems to support the band the best. So the better or the quicker you figure that one out,
Yeah.
the better for Canadians. Because we love Bandcamp, apparently, man.
Okay.
So,
I'll get on that. I got some time blocked out this weekend that I'm
yeah,
going to do some stuff because I got to get ready for we got to get ready for the new Cocaine for Breakfast video next week, and I got to start working YouTube. I got to start working YouTube. We only got 100 subscribers. I need all the subscribers in the world to go to. You don't make any money till you have 1,000 on there.
Yeah, so
we got to get that going.
Yeah, and we're on YouTube too. Like you said, very low subscribers. Facebook seems to be our biggest platform at the moment. So
right, yeah.
But like you said, pushing and slowly build the other ones as well, right? So
that's right. Yep. Yeah, we have a good Facebook. We just crossed 2,000 the other day.
Oh, excellent.
I'm trying to push everything forward the next couple months so that when that second album comes out, it's a little bit bigger. And then when that third album comes out, it's a little bit bigger. And then when Led Zeppelin 4 comes out, then it'll be even bigger.
100,000 people.
Exactly. And then that way, when the vinyl comes out, it's worth it to do vinyl.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I'm in the middle of starting doing my vinyl. I guess still got to buy a record player, but I've been buying vinyl up just for eventually I'll get something to play it on. But
I went to play it on mine the other day, and my record player broke. It's not working anymore. So I got 200 vinyl, 300 vinyl, and I can't play nothing right now. So
my stepdad showed me vinyl as a teenager. Right, he had a huge collection, right? So, but once again, man, fuck, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You guys are welcome anytime. You have the calendar link, so whenever you want, book your dates as you want.
Okay, I appreciate that, man.
Next time we'll have a couple. Maybe we'll have another member or two back on.
Yeah, next time I'll bring Jamie. I know Jamie wants to come on because I know that he's
I'd love to have it on too, man. Him and I talked a lot over the years, right? So.
You know what we'll do, and I'll get a free meal out of it that way. I'll make Jamie come over and cook for me while you and I talk, and then Jamie can cook for me while I'm talking. Yeah,
I'll be awesome. Let me know what you're cooking. We'll cook the same thing here.
All right. That'd be awesome. Heck yeah, man. That'd be cool.
All right, brother. Thanks again.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
Play proud peeps. And we are, what's today? Friday? Thursday. So Friday, I don't think I have any shows, but Saturday we have doubleheader, and Sunday we have a doubleheader.
Okay.
So I'll do them from the hotel, from wherever I end up when I jump on the train.
We're going to make sure that we promote you guys, because this is really cool. All the stuff you're talking about is good stuff for bands like us, and we need to find 50 more like what you're doing, and then our kind of music can make a comeback, man.
I'll swing you over some info. Friends of mine over there at Stone Daisy's podcast out of South Africa. Same thing that I do here, but they do it over there, so that might be a whole another introduction to another crowd for you, right? So
yeah, that'd be great, man.
All right, cool, man. We'll obviously be in touch, man. Send me over the link tree. I'll make sure it's up top. People can find you, follow that to whether you want to find them and support these guys. So play loud, play proud, baby, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, thank you, man.